Hello, Grumps. Right, my son has started saying 6-7 suddenly. Just 6-7. Like he's counting and then he just sort of stops. I thought he was malfunctioning. Like, what are you doing, son? Practicing for countdown? Do you need a calculator or something? But no, 6-7 is apparently a slang, a meme, some secret code that all kids know and I, a fully grown adult, don't. Which is great, isn't it? I've now reached the age where my own child must explain the world to me like I've just thawed out from the Ice Age. So what does it mean? Well, I'll get onto that in a minute, but back in my day, numbers had just one job, and that was maths. That's it. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Lovely. Job done. Numbers didn't mean cool or viral TikTok trend. Imagine telling your maths teacher in 1985, "Sir, 6-7 isn't 13, it's actually a cultural reference." You'd have been hit by a chalkboard rubber. I asked my boy what it meant, and he just looked at me like I'd asked him where babies come from. He says, "You don't know, Dad? You're old." Old? I'm not old, I just don't speak gibberish, that's all. But now it's everywhere. Kids online saying 6-7 like it's a secret password to an exclusive club. What happened to words? Just proper words. Oh, and apparently you have to do this when you say it. 6-7. Don't know what that's all about, but that's what you have to do apparently. We used to have slang words when we were younger, didn't we? Like radical and groovy. I mean, it's embarrassing now when you think back to it, but that's childhood, isn't it? But at least you know what was happening. There wasn't any algebra involved. So I did some research because obviously being insulted by my own child isn't enough. Turns out 6-7 actually first came from London, a drill group based in Brixton. Not a postcode, not a bus route. It's a gang. It's brilliant. Oh, and to top it off, some rapper called Skrilla used it in a song last year as well. Of course he did. Because if there's one thing that guarantees slang will spread, it's a rapper shouting random numbers into a microphone. Somewhere out there, Pythagoras is spinning in his grave. He must be. And then, if that wasn't enough, it's also been linked to LaMelo Ball, the basketball player. Apparently he's 6'7" tall, and this kid called Mason went viral on TikTok for using it at one of LaMelo's games. So now, 6'7" is slang. And imagine being so tall your height becomes a meme. I mean, I'm 5'11". Nobody's calling me the 5'11". They just call me short. Now, though, it's expanded into this craze where people just look for the numbers 6-7 in everyday life. Like a door or a McDonald's table marker. And then it gets posted onto TikTok. It's all madness. And even as I sit here explaining it now, I don't really understand it all. So we've got a drill gang, a basketball player, a rap song, and my son uses it when he gets a headshot on Fortnite. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I can't see how an American basketball player and a South London drill and the TikTok memes might get muddled together. Not confusing at all, is it? And here's where it gets better. Because kids don't even use it consistently. It means about 5 different things depending on which way the wind's blowing. It can mean leave, get lost or clear off, which is great because what better way to tell someone to go away than with a bingo number? 2 fat ladies, 67, sling your hook. Or it can mean rejection, as in, nah mate, 6-7. Imagine being dumped with a number. In my day, at least you got a note that said, it's not you, it's me. Now it's just 6-7. Cold. Sometimes it means so-so. I think that's when you do the wiggly hand thing. So-so. Mediocre. That's what it means. And of course, it's also a meme. Thanks to Skrilla and TikTok, because TikTok will turn anything into a meme. A cat sneezes, viral. Someone says 6-7, viral. Next week, it'll be something different. So, fully armed with all this information, I tried using it back on my son. You know, sort of to bond and to show I was up there with new words. He asked me if I liked his new trainers, and I said, yeah, mate, 6-7. He looked at me like I'd just sworn at the king. You can't say that, Dad. Apparently, it's illegal for parents to use slang words, like I'm going to get arrested by the culture police. But every generation has this, don't they? My parents thought I was possessed when I said wicked. Now my son says 6'7", and I'm the dinosaur. Observe the old man, bewildered in his natural habitat. Watch as he tries to decode slang while sipping a cup of tea. The worst part is these slang words have a shelf life of a banana. You finally learn one and the next week it's extinct. I just got my head around peng, which I thought was a type of penguin. Nope. It turns out it means attractive. So brilliant. Nothing sexier than confusing a bird with a human. And now it's 6'7". Next week it'll be 9'4" or 2'8". At this point, kids are just shouting Sudoku at each other. So here's where we're at. I'm 50-something, my son is 12, and somehow he's the translator of modern life. I ask, what does 6'7" mean? And he says, it means cool, lame, go away, maybe basketball, maybe a drill gang, or Skrilla, depending on the vibe. Fantastic, that clears it right up. What's next? We just going to start using fractions? Oh mate, the new Drake tune is so 3/4, or prime numbers maybe? Wow, she's well 11. By the time I finally understand 6'7", my son will have moved on to pi r squared. Apparently, I'm the one who's out of touch. Me, not the 12-year-old who thinks shouting random numbers is communication. Brilliant. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm off to study trigonometry so I can keep up with TikTok. Wish me luck. Bye for now, Grumps.